Well, I have to compliment BYU. I thought they played well, shot the ball extremely well from behind the arc, which is what they've done, and they did again tonight. We have to be better, defending the three, but you give those kids credit. They made some quick, tough shots. They played well together, 22 assists, and so they really connected well offensively. And for us, we got to understand what the game plan is and things that we got to do better at taking away in order to give ourselves a better opportunity.
Coach, obviously there was a lot of key points in the game, but it seemed like the end of the first half, beginning in the second half, it looked like you were probably going to go into the locker room with a decent lead, and they hit the 4-point play, and then in the second half they came out firing. Kind of how tough was that sequence? Because after that it seemed like you were playing from behind a lot.
No, absolutely. I thought, considering we were in foul trouble with Keyshawn sitting out most of that half, I thought we were in a good position. You had a 2-point lead. We had a chance to have a bigger lead, like you said, but we had a tough foul on a 3-point shooter, and it picks up 4 points. And so for us, I thought I started the second half. This wasn't very good. I thought it was more the turnovers. I think we had 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes. And so it wasn't a lack of shot on goal. We missed a few shots, but it was the turnovers that I think really gave them some run-outs, gave them some easier opportunities, and that's stuff that we got to prevent. We only had 2 turnovers in the first half. We had 8 in the second, and that's not who we've been. We've taken care of the basketball recently very well, and we have to understand the importance of that.
Coach, you mentioned foul trouble. You guys were also missing Mikey Williams and J.J. Taylor today, along with foul trouble with Keyshawn and then foul trouble with Darius Johnson in the second half. How did that affect your game plan and the way you guys attacked?
Oh, no, that's tough. I mean, when you're losing 2 of your, more experienced players, 2 guys that have done a great job for you all year, I don't need them sitting next to me. And they have to do a better job of being disciplined, and like I said, not losing our composure in situations, understanding, that's going to potentially add fouls with technicals and or picking up fouls and frustration, defensively. We can't have that. We have to be more mature than that when we play. And that's things that we have to, talk about and things we have to continue to work on. And like I said, it's an emotional game. But you can't get too high or too low in this game. You have to stay steady. And I thought a couple of times we got a little too emotional, and it led us down the wrong path.
Coach, at the halfway point of the conference slate, kind of in a critical area, now sit at 4-6 in the Big 12. What's the message to the guys going forward, especially with 2 more games coming up in a week?
Well, we have to regroup and respond. Our message stays the same. We have to understand what the game plan is, and we have to execute. It's going to be that simple for us. And if we do those things, we give ourselves a chance every night. And that's what we did, on most nights. And we have to, look to regroup again and turn our fortune around.
Hey, Coach, how's it going? Since you heard the news from Mikey and JJ not playing, Niels, he stepped up, was ready to play, man. You expect that from one of you guys like that?
No, I trust our guys. And Niels is a second-year player for us. He knows what I want out there, both offensively and defensively. He played, in meaningful minutes last year, so it's not like he's coming into the Big 12 and has never been on the floor before. He has been in these games. So, I could trust him in those situations to come out and contribute.
Coach, what was the biggest difference you noticed between the first half and the second half when Keyshawn was on the court versus when he wasn't?
Well, of course, when Keyshawn's on the court, he just, he attracts a lot of attention by the opposing team's defenses. So when we're running our offense and different things we're doing, you can just see them, game planning and trying to do things to kind of slow it up for him. And, and like I said, he does a great job of facilitating and or going to score. So, running our offense with him in the game, of course, a lot of things we do is designed for, when he's in there playing. And so I thought the second half he was able to, find his rhythm and continue to help us doing what he does, which is finding ways to score and or, kicking it out to our guys that can shoot the basketball.
BYU kept on scoring the last 5 minutes or so of the game. Defensively, what do you feel like you guys struggled with the most in terms of keeping them from getting second chances or keeping them from getting stops when you needed them late?
Well, exactly. We needed to get stops coming down the stretch, and we didn't do that. And that's something that I've really liked about our team. We've typically gotten stops down the stretch, and we didn't. And so we got to do a better job. Most of them were three balls that we gave up. Like we gave up 1 offensive rebound putback. And so we got to do a better job of making sure that, we take away the shots that they're attempting to take, and we got to do a better job of boxing out and pursuing the rebound.
Is there a flu bug going around the team? I think the broadcast said there's got JJ and Mikey have the flu. What's their status? Is that what it is?
Yeah, absolutely. Guys are a little sick, but that's part of the game. I mean, everybody's battling that right now. I think this year, it's probably been more than any year. Most teams have been going through some things, with sicknesses, cold, flu-like symptoms. So, we have to be, smart about, how we get our rest, washing our hands, eating properly, all things that's required to make sure that we get over these things quicker and or that we don't catch them.
Johnny, you guys get back at it on Wednesday against Cincinnati. What do you need to do you guys have been so close with a lot of close games over the last 3 or 4 weeks. What do you guys need to do to finally get over that hump?
Well, we need to execute better. I said earlier, we got to execute better. I mean, we were in position, and then I think it came down to execution. I thought, down the stretch, they executed better than we did down the stretch. Like you said, look at that last 5 minutes. I thought they were pretty efficient all the way through that last 5 minutes, and I don't think we were as efficient as we needed to be.
Time for a few more.
Coach, they were getting a lot of catch and shoot opportunities that they were converting on. What do you guys have to do to be better in closeout situations and with disrupting the passing lane so they don't even have a chance to get those opportunities?
We have to be more active on the ball, and we have to close out the guys faster.
Coach, team forced 17 turnovers. You scored 18 off of those 17. That's a difference there, too.
No, absolutely. That's our game. I mean, we want to, that's how we play. And so we were able to force the turnovers, just that they had 22 assists. So in a game where it's going to be a high possession game, the way we play, I thought we did a good job with that, with our activity and our aggressiveness. We just, didn't quite force enough turnovers, considering, they had 22 assists. So they had a plus, turnover to, assist ratio. And so we like it to be somewhat the other way around.
Coach, BYU doubled you guys' points in the paint in the second half there. Just what were you noticing down low in the second half?
Well, they were making adjustments toward how we were defending, trying to find ways to take advantage of what we were doing. And that's what the game is about, just making adjustments. And so they made some adjustments to try to, put the ball in, other positions on the floor to see if they could get other openings, whether it's, the post guy rolling or throwing it inside. And so that's what they were able to do. And so, we were trying to take away the three, of course, as you can imagine, because that's their most, potent weapon. That's what all season long they've been one of the best teams, in the country, in my opinion, at shooting the three. So, you had to pick your poison on what you're going to take away, because you're not going to take away everything. And so I thought we did a good job of trying to take away the three. And so in doing so, maybe they had some roles that were open in the lane for guys to, maybe get some finishes or drop off to someone else.
Coach, it seemed like a crucial part of the game. Darius Johnson was coming down with the ball, and the team could have been tripped, and it could have been a call to foul, or whether it was or not. But how did that influence the rest of the game? How did that change the momentum? What did you see from that play?
I didn't see the play, so I didn't see what happened. I have to watch it on film to see if he actually got tripped. But if he got tripped, it should be an automatic call. I've always been told when we've been in that position, when guys fall, then they, usually the call comes. So hopefully, I'll see, and hopefully he didn't get tripped. But if he got tripped, it'd be very disappointing because, that's supposed to be an automatic.
Last one here.
Coach, heading into this game, your team was the last team in for March Madness as it stands. How do you approach and deal with these higher pressure, crucial matchups in terms of getting a bid?
Well, I love these situations. I've been, raised in these situations all my career. So for me, I love it, and I want my team to understand, that's a compliment to them and their work ethic, how hard they play. And so, to give themselves an opportunity to be in conversations. I'd rather be in a conversation than that. And so we have to learn to, play in those situations because that's good for you. It's good for you as a player. It's good for you as a person, for later on in life.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.